Hello and welcome to Vase Projects, where we cure your boredom by showing you in real time the degradation of my psyche as I try to complete these projects. With that being said, the first project of the summer has begun and therefore the summer has officially started. This project was outsourced to the people on Snapchat and Instagram where I used to do these videos, and it was decided to be this. A robot that's going to cut butter, spread it on toast, and then spin around. I thought to myself, that's easy enough, right? Wrong. This project involves a lot of things that I don't know how to do, specifically machine learning and controls. So for this, we're going to be using an Arduino and breadboard circuits. With that being said, let's go ahead and do the full project breakdown. Let's go to the board. Welcome to the board. Now, I know this setup might give some of you guys flashbacks about how your online classes were structured. And while I can't promise that this will be any more interesting than your online classes, I can promise that this video will be a lower quality than those recorded lectures. Alright, now let's get right down to it. For this project, we need 4 things. Toast, butter to spread on the toast and to be cut, knife to cut butter to spread on the toast, and a robotic arm. Now, we have 3 out of these 4 things, which makes that good news. Alright, the bad news is that what we don't have is the robotic arm. Now, how do we get a robotic arm? Well, it's easy. If you don't think about it, we only need 3 things. We need a base, something to put it on, to have ground, to have structure. We need an arm to do the movements. And we need an effector, a hand, to do the things that grabs. Basic outline for each of these, the effector. It's just holding on to a knife. So that could be as simple as a stick with duct tape on it, or something you slot in that you can slide in around anything, and it'll grip onto it. Knowing how these projects typically go, though, we're leaning more towards the stick with duct tape. The body, the arm, this is a little bit more complicated. In its own, it's just 2 motors on 2 sticks. Back with the sticks to the other one. But to figure out where those motors need to go and how much and how long, you need to do a kind of math called inverse kinematics. And inverse kinematics is a fancy way of saying math that we pretend works. So there's that. And for the base, I have no idea. I've never done a base before, never done anything about a base. I know that a base can make the body a lot more complicated, making that impossible math less possible if this rotates. And that's not something I'm looking forward to, and will probably have to happen. So in summation, this is pain. This is pain that's increased by this pain, and then this is a stick, and there we go. And lastly, for the budget. We have a budget of $40, which makes this project the most well-funded project of all the projects I've ever done. It's a milestone. It's a great. The era of trash can engineering is over for me. That being said, these $40 will probably buy us nothing, and instead I have a broken DVD player with a few motors and a light sensor and a bunch of parts I found on the side of the road that I can use. And hopefully, from all of this, we can structure together a robotic arm that can cut butter, spread it on toast, and spin around. So, all in all, the project seems pretty doable, which, as I'm sure you people watching know, that's not typical for the projects that I do. So I'm definitely on the lookout for something that's going to happen that's going to make this no longer doable. But we're going to go for it anyway, because we always do, and everything fails. But hey, on the next video, we're going to be going over the machine learning and all that. I already have started the circuit design. I dropped it before making this video. So I don't know how it connects, but we'll figure it out again. This is what it was. Go through all the circuits and the machine learning and all of that, and get this motor to move in one direction before we do any math for which direction it goes. Until then,